So one of the changes coming in FM25 is the removal of player weights. I mean, how else are we going to know that the heaviest right back in the Premier League is... Wait, I don't actually know who the heaviest right back in the Premier League is. Well, the heaviest centre midfield then? No, I don't know that. I wonder who the heaviest 11 players in the Premier League would be. I wonder if we put them all in a squad, would they win the Premier League? Yes, boys and girls, that is what we are here to find out today. And to do that, we're going to use Brighton, or, as they will be known in this video, Brighton. Ton, heavy, get it? And I've deliberately left it on this screen as an untouched version, just so there's no spoilers as to who my squad is going to contain. And who is going to lead that squad, hopefully, to Premier League glory. Of course, it has to be Big Ange. I mean, there's no weight on the manager attribute screen. And I could probably make a guess over who the heaviest manager is. But it's Big Ange. Big Ange automatically means heavy. So Big Ange is going to lead this side, hopefully, to the very top of the Premier League. So Big Ange is in to Brighton. Now it's time to meet the players. And in goal, we have this guy. Okay, well, maybe not this guy, but Fraser Forster comes in at a whopping 99 kilograms. He's the heaviest goalkeeper. Okay, that's a bit of a lie. There's a couple that are heavier than him, but I've decided to go just with players that I believe are in the 25-man squads of the Premier League, because nobody wants to see a bunch of heavy guys that aren't known. So Fraser Forster, 99 kilos, is probably going to be our third choice goalkeeper, if I'm honest. The next heaviest guy is probably going to be our second choice, and he is Alphonse Areola from West Ham. According to this, weighs in at 94 kilos, and again, a very good backup, and he's going to be backup to this guy. It's Andre Onana of Manchester United, apparently 93 kilos. I know that some of these weights are going to be a bit random based on how you load up a save, but I'm just going to go with the ones we've loaded up, partly because it gives us Onana as a goalie, and partly just because I can't bother to have multiple saves and go through it. So we're just going to go with this one. Andre Onana comes in between the sticks, but who is going to be in the back four in front of him? Well, at right back, I feel like we've got a couple of very good options. Probably second choice, but he is actually the second heaviest as well. Matt Doherty of Wolves, formerly of Tottenham. He comes in 89 kilos apparently. Is there a heavier right back in the Premier League? Yes, there is apparently, and it is Reece James. I am quite stoked with this option. 91 kilos of right back. If he can stay fit, he could be one of the key players this season. And at left back, it's no surprise we're going to go for Big Dan Burn. We've actually brought him back to Brighton after a spell at Newcastle, but being 6'7" and 87 kilos, yeah, there's not many bigger. And the weight gods have been pretty kind to us at left back as well, because we've got Ricardo Calafiori, a whopping 86 kilos. He was actually joint second with Lloyd Kelly. I've been a bit cheeky and I've gone for Arsenal's new left back. And on to the centre backs, and you'd probably expect old Slabhead to be up there. He is 100 kilos of pure beast, comes in at centre back. And also at centre back, Kurt Zuma comes in, 96 kilos. Let's hope that the club don't have a club cat lying around. Another beast at 95 kilos, 6'4", Ibrahima Konate from Liverpool. And we've got one more centre back. And let me tell you, boys and girls, it's a big one. He's going to be our captain. He's going to be our leader. I bring to you the one, the only, Berger van Dijk. That's it. I mean, come for the Football Manager content, stay for the comedy. Berger van Dijk. It does not get any better than that in terms of weight/food related puns. And while we're on the subject, why don't we see if we can get a full team of weight related pun players down in the comments. I'll give you Berger van Dijk for a starter. Feel free to let us know. And if we can get a squad at 1 to 11, I'll put them in a video and see how they get on. Come on, guys. Berger van Dijk. I've set the bar pretty high, I know, but I know we can do better. And back to the so-called serious business. Virgil van Dijk, 6'4", 95 kilos. What a centre back. We have got a pretty good back four and goalkeeper lined up with half decent replacements as well. How's the midfield going to hold up? Well, if Big Ange decides to go for a holding midfielder, Ryan Yates comes in at the heaviest at 96 kilos, and he'll be up against Christopher Ayer from Brentford, 6'5", 92 kilos, probably a centre-back by trade, but decent enough attributes to play holding midfield as well. And in the orthodox central midfield partnership, Philip Billing will come in. He's been at Bournemouth for a while. He had a big rep when he came up to the Premier League. Probably hasn't really kicked on, but is he the man to really shine in our midfield? Or will it be Thomas Souček? The West Ham man comes in. He's a good ball-winning midfielder or box-to-box midfield option. Probably not the most agile around the pitch, but what do you expect from an 86-kilo centre mid? Next in our midfield is Leslie Ugachukwu at 85 kilos, 6'2". Started well for Southampton this year. Is he going to be the player Chelsea want him to be? Is he going to fire our team of heavyweights to the Premier League? Probably not, but he's a decent option. And the last of the centre mids is Mario Lemina in from Wolves. Not a bad option, but he was only a couple of spots away from having Casemiro. And Scott McTominay was on there, but he's gone to Napoli, so he can't be included, unfortunately. And if Big Ange decides to go for an attacking midfielder, he's been pretty lucky to have Kai Havertz as an option. The second heaviest attacking midfielder after Philip Billing, who's already in our squad. Yes, really happy with this one. But who would be his backup? Well, his backup will be Morgan Rogers, who's had more than a good start to this season in real life. He scored me quite a few points in FPL, I have to say. At 83 kilos, he was one spot above Jack Grealish on the list. Am I gutted we missed out on Grealish? Yes. Is Morgan Rogers more than a capable understudy to Kai Havertz? Also, yes. In at right mid, the heaviest option is Liam Delap. Probably a forward by trade, but he gets in at right mid. Probably to play backup to this guy. Dejan Kulusevski. I mean, Big Ange will be more than happy to have his man on the right-hand side, as he often does in real life. 79 kilos, the heaviest right winger in the Premier League. Well, he certainly didn't look like it as he was running past Man United defenders yesterday. Let's hope he can replicate that form across this season. And over to the left wing, we start by raiding rivals Crystal Palace, Odsonne Edouard, 83 kilos. Probably not going to get much game time, especially when you see who we've got playing on the left. It's Darwin Núñez. I mean, again, more of a forward, but he's a pretty good option to play on our left-hand side too. The next heaviest was actually Morgan Rogers, but he's already in as an attacking midfield. So Darwin Núñez comes in. And I've got to say, the three positions in behind the forward, we're pretty well stacked, but that doesn't compare to who we've got up front. Big Paul Onuachu, a draft mode legend. He's 6'7", he's 93 kilos, he's got 20 for jumping reach. An absolute beast of a human being. Surely he's the most physical beast of a striker we could possibly get our hands on. Wrong. Erling Haaland, 94 kilos, 6'5", solid as anything, a goal-scoring machine. Surely with this guy up front, with Van Dijk at the back, with Havertz, Núñez and Kulusevski in behind the front line, surely Big Ange can lead this team to Premier League glory. Well, the media think we're going to finish 8th, and they've given Van Dijk and Haaland in the season preview. But if we click on Brighton here, I mean, that is pretty formidable. I mean, Calafiori I'd probably put in at left back. Other than that, I'd have to say I'd probably go with that 11. So hopefully Big Ange agrees with that. And here we have it. Our team of merry men, our tubby funsters. How are they going to get on in a Premier League? Let's simulate and find out, shall we? And while we're waiting for that, why don't you just hit the like and subscribe button? You know you want to. Okay, we are at the 1st of June. It is the end of the season. Are you ready to find out how Brighton got on in the Premier League? I know I am. Oh, it's a second place finish. Man City still inevitable. 10 points clear in the end, although our heavy boys did score the most goals in 71. 41 conceded. Oh, 8 defeats, including one against Man City. Arsenal, wow. Second in the league. Is Big Ange still there? Of course, Big Ange is still there. Berger van Dijk is the captain. Evan Ferguson, the hottest prospect, he must be in the reserves because I thought I took everyone out. And yes, I mean, well, Harry Maguire's on the transfer list, surplus to requirements. That's got to hurt. There's quite a few wanted signs. Darwin is injured for 2 to 4 months. Oh, I wonder if that was the difference. How many goals did Haaland only scored? 24. Kulusevski with 18, 10 for Nunes, 9 for I mean, Big Ange, you've got to do better. You've got to do better. I honestly think that most Football Manager players would win the Premier League with this squad. I don't know if you agree with that. Let me know down in the comments. But, I mean, Onana in goal. Okay, he can be hit and miss. 31 in 31. Not too terrible. But having Haaland up front has got to be a big advantage. No, Nunes, Kulusevski on the wings. Havertz. Sarmiento's been promoted to the senior squad. I mean, what's he doing there with his measly 74 kilos? He's infiltrated us. 2 goals from Konate. Berger van Dijk with only 2. I mean, sack the set piece coach for a start. Morgan Rogers barely got on the pitch. Harry Maguire, Tuchel didn't even make a start. Who else we got? Lamina didn't make a start. Only the 1 start for Edward. Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough. 3 goals off the bench, though. I'm a little bit disappointed. I mean, second in the league is pretty good, right? It's better than the transfer 11 I done got on. There was part of me that was hoping they'd win it. Just wasn't to be. Maybe they won a cup, to be fair. Maybe they won a cup. They went out to Bournemouth on penalties. And they lost in the semi-final to Liverpool in the EFL Cup on penalties. I mean, Onana just can't say. I say Onana. It was Onana. Yeah. Can't even save grace. I was gonna tempt fate and say maybe Areola would have been in goal for him, but he wasn't. They just bottled it. It's a shame. I mean, there's some good patches there. There's some bad patches. I mean, what do we think, Mr. Gattuso?
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit. Καμιά φορά είναι καλό, καμιά φορά είναι κακό.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. So there we have it, boys and girls. The heaviest players in the Premier League, not quite good enough to win it, but a very credible second place. And if you think the lightest team in the Premier League might do better, let me know down in the comments and I'll make that video. Until then, like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time.